Let's take a look at another piece of another tool that's becoming more and more popular. I've seen it on several different websites. It started out on just one company, and then I guess all the other companies bought one of these. These are the Mul-t-lock Interactive 3-piece bump key set. And then after the other companies bought from the first one, they all copied it. So you're going to find them from several different places, but they're all about the same price. For this 3-key bump key set, it's only for Mul-t-lock Interactive. It's not for the MT5 Plus. Doesn't have the interactive element on the tip. So it's only for one class or one type of lock. You're looking at £70 plus shipping and handling is what I paid. And they're all about the same price regardless of who you buy them from. And the way that they pitch these is that they're extremely rare, difficult to get. You need a special card to make them and blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I fell for it. And I bought this set just to see if it worked. And I have to tell you, when I got them, you know, the colors that they indicated on the website that I bought them, you said black, gold, and yellow, and for some reason mine weren't the same. And so I was curious because in looking at them, if you look closely, they are almost all, well, they are absolutely identical in terms of all dimensions, the length, the width, the depth of the blades. The only difference is that they each have a different code, RB3, looks like RG2, and the last one RS1. So because all of the depth of the cuts, all the grooves, everything's identical, the only part that could possibly be different is this interactive element. So I'm assuming that on those that they're probably set to a different depth on each of these keys, and so there's really no way to know that unless these marks match up with the lock, which they don't always. The locks don't always have that. So why am I talking about it, doing a review? Well, it's only fair that you get an impartial evaluation. At least I try to be impartial, and I base I'm basing what I say on some experience. We had a series of these locks, and mine are not marked on the front. In fact, the only marking I have on the back doesn't match anything on any of these keys, so I wouldn't know which one to use, but I've tried them all. When I compare any one of these keys to the actual key, let me put it a little closer there so you can see it. Hopefully that's focusing. You can see that they're virtually identical. All of the cuts here are the same. The interactive element is in the second position. Don't worry about this on the real key. That's the back half of the interactive element. This one is exactly the same cut except for the inner pin, and then I'm sorry, even on that one, yeah, the inner pin is different, and then on these two, these are the only two different pin cuts. So what they say on the website is that you're really only bumping 3 pins, but I don't actually believe that to be true. And I base that on this lock and others like it. We took all of these keys and we bumped them both by using the one-click method, by putting it in and then backing it out 1 click and then striking it with a bump key hammer. We tried putting on donuts and using the repetitive effect, and we made sure all the pins were lined up correctly. And I have to tell you, after many hundreds of attempts, we have not a single opening of any of the locks. I deliberately picked one of the locks for probably more than 100 different attempts just by itself, this one, because the pinning on this lock was so similar to the bump keys. I was hoping it would have a higher percentage of openings, but again, I got 0 openings. Anyway, that's where we're at on these things. I thought it was only fair to let you know before you went out and invested, you know, £70 plus shipping and handling. So I probably got £80 invested in these 3 keys, and for nothing. I've completely wasted my money. So I'd rather you hear it here. When you do go to the websites, you are going to see a number of videos, usually almost always by the manufacturers, where they will demonstrate these keys. They will take a multi-lock out of what appears to be a brand new package. It's a heat seal package, of course. We all know you can buy heat sealers and we use them in our kitchens, for God's sake. But they represent it as a brand new multi-lock out of the package, and he puts it in a vise and he strikes it, and it does open after about 10 or 15 hits. I got to tell you, we didn't even have false sets. We had absolutely nothing from these multi-locks using these bump keys. So buyer beware. That's all I can tell you. I can't recommend these. Instead, spend that 80 pounds or so on beer. That's what I wish I had done, and I'm willing to trade these for beer. Anyway, thanks for your time. Everybody stay safe and stay legal.